we have with us a multi-talented, multilingual, multi-skilled individual who's ranged in what they have done from everything from specialized translation to being a pastry chef and blogger. A very unusual combination indeed. And so using our LinkedIn tool, the Aurora networking tool, we can also see even a personality profiling type, which gives us a bit of an indication into this individual. So this individual basically has got a lot of wonderful skills and a lot of great copywriting skills, and also is extremely good at being able to extract the gold from all the things that we say and do. And I wonder if you can guess who it is. If you can't guess who it is, allow me to introduce you to Rachel. Over to you, Rachel. Good morning.
Thank you. I'm thinking maybe we should just ditch my talk and stick with Gareth, because I'm pretty sure it'll be a lot more interesting. Anyway.
Robin Custard, I want to hear from you, especially, I wonder how you became a pastry chef. That's pretty cool.
A long story. We don't have time for all that. So I was going to talk about websites and how and why you can make it work harder for you. A lot of people just see their website as a formality, somewhere potential customers they're already in touch with might go to check you out, but it's there, you've paid for it, so why wouldn't you use it to do more than just be a bit of social proof? So I'm going to look at how you can leverage your website and how it does add to your social proof, and I will come on to what social proof actually is in a bit. And I'll give you a few tips on things you can do to make your website more visible and relevant. So firstly, you need to know why your website can make a difference. So if you think about networking, that's all about getting to know people who can then refer you to their friends and associates, a bit like having your own private sales force who will go out there and sell you for you. So your input in the networking process is making sure that people know exactly what you do and that they get to know, like, and trust you. It's an investment in time and effort, and it requires a consistent and measured approach. It's a long game. There's no point in just pitching up to one meeting with the attitude of what's in it for me, giving everyone the hard sell, then disappearing off into oblivion and expecting the business to roll in. It doesn't work like that. Although I'm pretty sure we've all met people like that. So networking needs you to show up regularly and slowly build up that reputation. You need to offer value and expertise, give and not take. And as people get to know, like, and trust you, they should think of you when they come across somebody who needs your services. They need to be confident that you, A, know what you're talking about, and B, won't let them down. And that's where the value kicks in. So you might be wondering why I'm talking about networking when I said I'd talk about websites, but I think it really helps if you think about your website as another networking contact. And your website is out there proving how great you are and selling for you while you're doing other things. So does everyone here have a website? Anyone not have a website? Yeah, okay. So, and those of you who do, how many of you would update your website regularly? Cool, okay. So firstly, if you don't have a website, I would highly recommend that you get one. It helps with social proof, which we will come on to. And a website can show your expertise and build trust and authority, but it won't help you if no one ever sees it. It doesn't matter how great it is to start with. If you don't keep updating it, the search engines can start to assume that it's not relevant or current anymore. So updating your website regularly should have a similar effect to turning up on a regular basis at your networking meetings. And that makes your website more visible to the search engines, for starters, which makes them more likely to then list it higher in any searches for your product or service. Now, you need current information on your website, not out-of-date offers or other info. So I ordered a curry the other week, and their website told me that I'd get 10% off pickups until July 2021, which is 2 years ago, which is annoying because maybe I would have quite liked 10% off my pickup. And then I thought, well, if they not offered 10% off in 2 years, that's not great. Not to mention, was I then going to try and order something off their extensive menu that they no longer had? And what about any new specials? So out-of-date information can really put people off, and they're more likely to move on to a competitor that they can be sure is still doing the job that they say they are. So your website needs to be interesting, informative, show you as an expert, and offer value to anyone visiting it. If it is all these things, but you're someone they can trust, they want to do a good job for their clients, they don't want to direct people to poor or wrong information. And updating your website regularly does show them that it's current. They will look at loads of other things as well. So make sure your website is optimized for mobiles and has the right security certificates. If you want to check quickly whether your website is optimized for mobile devices, just have a really quick look at it on your phone. And if you have to scroll sideways to read the whole page, it's not. And people will not make the effort to do that for you. So if you want your website to work as a member of your network, it has to behave like you do. It has to look the part, show up regularly, and offer proof of your expertise. So looking the part might mean different things to different people. The website for a financial advisor, for example, is unlikely to look and sound the same as one for a personal trainer, although if you're both after the same target clients, it might do. You need to appeal to the people you want to attract. And everybody wants to deal with a professional. So make sure your website looks as professional as possible. Outsource as much as you can afford to, and prioritize the things that matter most to your customers. So if you have a highly visual business, for example, you'll want to prioritize great photography. If your industry is full of jargon and you no longer have any idea how people really talk, you'll need to appeal to normal people, and you might want to outsource your writing. Make sure you don't have any spelling or grammar errors. Apparently 59% of people will abandon a website with errors because it shows a lack of professionalism and a lack of attention to detail. And it might be obvious, but make sure you have full contact details and calls to action on your website. So things like having a button for get in touch now on every page, for example, or sign up for my newsletter. Make sure your text is professional, consistent, and talks to your target market. You need the right keywords and phrases to tell the search engines what they need to know. And just like when you're networking, your services need to be explained clearly and concisely in a way that is engaging and informative. And you do need the clear calls to action to encourage people to actually do something. Now, when you're networking, you might only have a minute or so to get across what you do and how you can help. Maybe not everyone's listening. They might be doing their admin, or they might just think you're not relevant to anything that you can, to anything that they might be interested in. But people are coming to your website, which is there all the time. It's not just there for a minute, here and there, here and there. They're already coming to your website for a reason. They already want to know what you do and what you can do for them. And they don't want to have to read through a load of rambling text that isn't clear, or spend ages searching for your contact details or your offers. So make sure it's fit for purpose. I've mentioned social proof, and that's when people are influenced by the behavior of others. It's called herd mentality. And if everyone's doing it, it must be the right thing to do. It's basically how fashion works. So 1 minute you wouldn't be seen dead in something, the next minute everyone's wearing it and you desperately need it. So if you can demonstrate how popular and amazing you are, the more likely other people are to want to get in on the action. So there are various types of social proof, but for your website, we're really talking about posting testimonials, adding logos and other credentials that show you're an expert, things like memberships and accreditations. And then if you have a product, maybe numbers of likes or sales and so on. And if you update any of these on a regular basis, you're also regularly updating your website, which is obviously important. So just like networking, you need to show people that you know what you're talking about. You also want to give them information and advice, not just sell at them. And this is where things like blog posts and videos can be invaluable. People want to see proof you know what you're talking about. They want to know you care, that they matter, and even that there is a like-minded community they can be part of. So blogging around your subject can showcase you as an authority. You can share insights and perspectives on things that matter to you and to your customers. Blogs can help reiterate your brand and open up opportunities for discussion and reflection within a community you're building. Keeping people engaged with your brand keeps you front of mind. And the more information you have on your website that's related to what you do and is well written, informative, and contains the right keywords, the better your domain authority. And that's what the search engines are looking at. And don't forget, you can use blog posts for social media too. I've mentioned posting testimonials, but case studies are also a great way to do the same thing. If you can post case studies of how you've helped your customers, it gives you another opportunity to show them what it would be like working with you and how you can solve a problem to create a positive outcome. Remember that AI writing tools are there for you, things like ChatGPT, but they're giving you tools and not a finished product. Search engine algorithms are already starting to penalize AI-generated content, so just make sure you use it wisely or use a professional. So to sum up, if you want to make your website work harder for you, make sure it's as good as it can be, update it regularly, and give your customers reasons to use you with things like testimonials, case studies, blogs, and all those sorts of things. So that's about it.